Bonjour YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. In today's video, the RS3. The RS3 is now over a year old actually now. Thomas,
it is, yeah, wow.
Well, I've had it for more than a year. So we're going to go through an ownership video with the RS3. Stay tuned. So before we talk about my experience with the RS3, I know, because I'm in a few of the forums, that a lot of guys who have ordered their RS3s still haven't got their hands on them. I feel for you guys.
Hot property that.
They are hot property. I was very lucky when I got mine. I've talked about it in a video up here somewhere. But be strong, chaps. It's worth the wait.
Stay strong.
Stay strong. Before we go inside the car, let's look at the outside of the car, shall we? What a handsome devil it is.
Gorgeous. My favourite part, Oliver,
Go on, Thomas.
is the wheels.
That's the non-curved one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's non-curved. They are, to be honest with you, some of my favourite wheels on a production car at the moment, if I'm honest. I like the satin kind of matte black finish. I think it looks so good. I'm not a fan of diamond cut kind of wheels. I think that looks kind of race car.
Race car.
Which I like.
Yes. I particularly like, well, this is the carbon black edition. So hence the
Carbon. What bits of carbon we got? We've got the wing mirrors.
Wing mirrors.
The
Side skirts, which are so dirty you can't tell.
And the spoiler.
Spoiler. Also, bit around the window here is all blacked out.
Probably black
wheels.
logo.
Yes, black logo.
Black diffuser.
Diffuser. Tips are darker. Literally anything that was silver is now black.
Yeah, which works really well with the wheels.
Yeah.
The colour's good. We like the colour.
I don't know the name of this colour.
No.
Grey blue.
It's the grey blue.
I think it's Camorra. No, Camorra grey.
There you
Camorra
go.
grey. So yes.
One of my other favourite parts is that little detail there.
And it is a real one.
Yeah.
You can get. I haven't got Carwow stick of truth, but you can get your fingers in there.
You can finger it.
Yep.
Sorry.
Controversial point. I actually prefer the Sportback.
So do
saloon.
So do I.
I know a lot of people in the forums, so hi guys, prefer the saloon, but I'm a Sportback guy.
Yeah, I would love to know the percentage. I think most people actually prefer the saloon, don't they?
Yeah, get in the comments below what your preference is. Sportback or saloon?
I feel like the Sportback makes it look a little bit like chunkier, a little bit more thick.
I think the saloon looks like a junior RS4.
4.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
it's kind of like a replacement for the RS, like the B7, I guess, but it doesn't look as
meaty.
Yeah.
I prefer the Sportback. And practical.
Practicality. For me, when you've got you trying to chase me, that is quite an aggressive front end, especially when it's got the lights on. Oh, do you want to show them a little?
Hang on.
I like that. There's a little kind of animated.
It says RS3.
Is it doing it? Does it do it?
Yeah, it's because of the frame rate.
Oh, sorry. I was getting confused. I thought it was flashing. So you join us inside the RS3.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about? What's first? The interior. Should we talk interior?
Oh, you feel free to go on to the interior.
I'll record the interior. It's a nice place to be. It's very digital, dashed up.
Yeah.
So your 2 screens. I guess that's Apple CarPlay you've got going on there.
It's frozen at the moment.
But to be honest with you, Audi always get interiors right, don't they? That's one of their, ever since, you know, the earlier Audis.
Yeah, so my dad has an older A8, an A6 and an A4 from like the mid-noughties. So
yeah, my dad had a 2007 A6, I think, but
they were built like
proper quality, but I think they still look quite fresh today. If you were to sit in one now, it would look all right.
Yeah, and a few complaints about the quality of materials in here. To be honest with you, I mean, I came from a 2016 American Jeep, which
it's a bit better than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit better than that. Or a 2004 Italian Alfa Romeo. Yeah. Again, better. I don't have many qualms with it, to be honest.
No, I think it's nice.
Yeah, I think it's lovely. If you're comparing it to A6s, if you're comparing it to sports cars, then yeah, of course, it's a hatchback.
Yeah, it's an A3 really, isn't it? Yeah.
You have to be understanding of that.
But I think, yeah, all in all, it's really nice. Oh, we heard a little bit of noise there. So what mode are we in?
We're in dynamic, but I'm not driving very dynamically.
Is it so is it in auto still with dynamic?
Yeah.
It's got the flappies though,
yeah,
if needed. Wow. Fucking hell. So for me, you've got a lot of confidence in this car, like
that's what I'm barely tickling it.
But the way so it's a bit damp, a bit greasy out today. There's some puddles and stuff, but the car just doesn't lose grip really. It's very, very capable, so you can kind of trust it to get you out of situations, I guess.
Since I've had this car, we as a collective group have done a lot more proper driving. We've done how many track days? 2 track days, numerous go-karting sessions, and I've also done Porsche Experience tutoring day. So I think our quality of driving has probably increased a lot.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot now about how to drive a car properly, and it's funny enough, we actually ran into a Burke on the road earlier on, had a death wish, and everything I think that people think is driving quickly on the road is actually counter to driving fast on a track.
Yeah.
And in this car specifically, you can really rely on the back end quite a lot now, whereas you couldn't in old RS3s. It was all really front end heavy. The car turns in a lot quicker into corners, and you can really lean on the back end instead of relying on the front end just to rescue you all the time and pull you out. With that being said, it is 4-wheel drive, so if something does go a bit haywire, you can ask of it at the front wheels to sort of help you out and get you into a better position.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel front wheel drive. Yeah, you can. It's very, very kind of neutral, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not very understeery.
Yeah, you can drive this car much more on the accelerator.
It's almost like a modern take on like the old Scoobies of back in the day and the old Evos and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's quite it goads you into driving quite quickly as well, isn't it? And like with the gearbox setup and stuff, it's kind of like a relentless power. It's like bam, bam, bam.
I do like to compare this sometimes to the 147. So the 147 was I would class it as the original hyper hatch because it had a big engine.
More power than everything else, kind of exactly. At the time.
And that car always wanted you to just give it something. Honestly, if you couldn't cruise in that car, it wanted you to just hammer along and wring its neck, basically. And this, when you put it in, dynamic, it's got RS performance as well. I don't really put it in RS individual that much because honestly, I don't think it offers anything.
Yeah, I guess on B roads like this, like quite bumpy and stuff, you don't want it to be in the most hardcore setup.
Yeah.
It sounds good as well. Some of that is obviously artificial, but it's still got that nice 5-cylinder tone.
That's deep noise. We do know this road has got a lot of
potholes. Yeah. So Ollie's going to do a launch for us. That was mental. So I just jumped back in the car. Ollie just did a launch control, and it's the first time I've heard it from the outside, and it sounded epic. We'll obviously put that clip in, but how did it feel?
That was quick, yeah. I'm surprised at how high it lets you rev until launch. So in the old Jeep, for instance, that was like 3,500 RPM, did a good launch. Oh, that's a big hole. This went all up to 5.5.
Yeah, it did sound quite like high in the rev range. Yeah,
which was nice, very nice.
No lost of traction at all. It just went.
See bye.
Nothing. But yeah, that sound from the outside, it sounded good and it looked fast.
How fast? I don't know how fast it was, to be fair.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this car. It is in a straight line. It's really quite quick.
Yeah, it's very quick.
It almost seems quicker than a car with 400 horsepower. Is it 400?
It's meant to be 400, isn't it? But
yeah, but quite often
a lot of them are coming out higher, straight from the factory.
If you were to close your eyes and do that launch, you probably would think it's got more power than that.
I mean, I wouldn't do that, but
if you're in the passenger seat.
we're in a very bumpy part of the road. I am blown away still, and I've covered this before in a video, by the MPG. You're looking at 40 miles to the gallon on the motorway, which is staggering.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
I get roughly 400 miles to a tank, and that's covering everything basically. My conclusion on the driving of this thing is it's incredible. And there is a video that Auto Trader did recently which compared this to a Lambo Huracan Evo, I think it was Evo, around a track, and they made a very good point that as a day-to-day car this is brilliant, and as a quick car it's fantastic as well.
It's a bit of a do-everything car.
It's a do-everything car, exactly. What I will say, however, is this car does lack a bit of character.
Yeah.
It'd be even worse if it didn't have the 5-cylinder.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but it does lack a bit of character. It is an absolute weapon, but having owned the Alpha 147, where that engine was a masterpiece, it was fantastic. The car's chassis was a bit lackluster, but that engine made that car, and like it evokes a lot of stuff. Then I had the Jeep. The Jeep has a Hemi in it.
Yeah, that had a proper character.
That was characterful. The actual car itself was, it's a big lump, but you knew you could hustle it around.
I think for me, if it had a little bit more noise, that straight away would add a bit more to the character. A bit more like turbo noise, a bit more like exhaust noise.
I think it's too good. It isn't flawed. I think you need a flaw of some description to add character.
I guess so, yeah.
And this, I cannot find one in this, and that is maybe the flaw, that it is unflawed.
Yeah.
And I'd say the same about when I had the 996 Turbo. That car, again, wonderful car.
Yeah.
But you couldn't fault it. And
this is it is a bit of a hatchback Porsche Turbo.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah. I can't find fault, and to me, that's brilliant.
It's almost like now you kind of want a little second car that's just like crazy and nuts and like a little track thing.
And sometimes doesn't start in the morning.
Yeah.
So I hope it's been an informative video for you so far. Performance-wise, incredible. The car itself, fantastic. It does lack a little bit of character, but the engine helps with that. It's made me a better driver. Every day, fantastic. Get the dog in the back, get all the missus' stuff in the back. I don't know what else to say really, Tom, anything?
I think that's that, mate.
Yeah, I love
good
it.
egg. It's a good egg.
Car. I've enjoyed it for the year.
What's the plan? You're going to keep it?
I've got no plans to get rid of it at the moment.
Good residual at the minute, so you're not losing any money.
Yeah, fantastic still. I think it's #1 still.
So you're not really, you won't lose too much cash?
Yeah, the only thing that's coming up is the facelift is coming out midway through this year.
Is it?
Yes. So that might be worth considering, but again, everything's getting sent to the US at the moment, so anyone wants to make me an offer that I can't refuse, feel free.
Anybody wants it for 65 grand, they can have it.
So that's it for today. Make sure that you're getting comments. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Tell us what you want from us, because we're manipulated very easily, and peer pressure does work on all three of us.
Correct.
Enjoy your day. Bye.